What's going on, guys? So let's talk about Rocket Raccoon for a minute. Because in the MCU, he's like the only Guardian of the Galaxy who didn't get dusted. And not like, he actually is. But with him being one of the few heroes who are still alive, and I did a video not long ago talking about the list of who we have left, and the Russo brothers opened statements where they said all these guys are left here for a reason, but they didn't say why. So we went into our theories or whatnot for each one. But after seeing Ant-Man and the Wasp and reading more up on the Microverse, because the Microverse and the Quantum Realm, they're really the same thing. And very similar to how we got Janet Van Dyne being saved from the Microverse, with her coming back wearing like the Jedi shawl and like the really like your desert survival starter kit. But with Janet coming back this way in Ant-Man and the Wasp, it really gave us these hints as a viewer that there was a lot more going on. And when Hank Pym seen her down there, she'd use parts from her suit as weaponry. So little things like that weren't necessarily explained, but were shown to us in the film, they just dropped little hints to show us some things that are going down in the Microverse. Because in its own right, the Quantum Realm is really like a universe in itself. And on the comics end of it, you had a number of different explorers like the Micronauts. You've had Ant-Man traveling to the Microverse on different occasions with Hank Pym, with Scott Lang, and both of which I talked about in my previous video, link down in the description if you haven't seen it, because the images of those city-like structures in Ant-Man and the Wasp look a lot like these places in the Microverse. And I dove deeper into that for the last video, so I won't necessarily do that for this one here. But with Ant-Man being trapped in the Microverse, from what we saw in the mid-credit scene of Ant-Man and the Wasp, I believe that one, some time has passed and Janet has at least told him more about the Microverse, so at this point it's more likely that he knows more going in. But also, just left field from everything else, Rocket Raccoon, who is still alive, he actually knows the guy, well, in the comics, he knows the guy who created the Microverse, or actually the guy who found the sentient sword that created the Microverse, and that's Prince Wayfinder, who also happens to be a time traveler. So, assuming that he's not dusted at this point somehow or some way, this guy would be like the perfect person to call in a situation like Avengers 4. And he's the first person to actually use the Enigma Force, before Captain Universe and your Quantum Band, and pretty much where we got the thing that Janet used to heal Ghost in the film, because that's the Enigma Force. And there's been references to it in the comics, like the longer you have it, the stronger you are with it, and there's been other stories where it says that it gets stronger itself over time. But as far as Scott Lang coming back from the Quantum Realm, because it's very likely they'll use an older version of his daughter to go in and save him, and I feel like when Ant-Man comes back and he meets Rocket Raccoon, which I would love to see, but I feel like when they meet each other and he mentions the things that happened with Janet Van Dyne and when she came back and the abilities she had, that Rocket Raccoon will probably be like, hey, that kind of sounds like somebody I know. And when they first met, that wasn't so much the case, because Prince Wayfinder had crash landed on a planet named Witch World, to when he started looking for food and he heard a voice saying like, don't drink that, and just following him around like, don't eat that, don't do that. And after getting attacked by a tree, ironically, but it wasn't Groot, it was just another tree that was just getting fish for Rocket to eat pretty much. But from fighting his way free from the grips of this tree, Prince Wayfinder then meets Rocket Raccoon. Rocket gives him back his sword like, hey, you dropped this, and that's pretty much how they met. And I would have to say, with Rocket knowing Prince Wayfinder, and if they refer to this in the films, this one guy could really tie everything together because he connects to everyone. And I doubt that the films will go exactly by the books as far as his origin and saying that his sword created the Microverse. If anything, he'll just be referred to as the person who discovered the Microverse or the Quantum Realm. And that way it would just open a door to explore more of what's happening within the Quantum Realm, because it's within the Quantum Realm where you unlock the possibilities of time travel. And it's also in the Quantum Realm where you saw the issue with the Hulk, because when he was banished there, because he was too out of control, the Microverse changed him, giving him a hybrid personality between Bruce and the Hulk. And this opens up a number of possibilities and opportunities, like if Scott Lang were to bring back the canister that he absorbed the healing element or whatever from the Quantum Realm and bring that to Banner, that could give us our hybrid Hulk or our Professor Hulk. And it's been established already through the films when Janet explained that the Quantum Realm, it changes you. It evolves you, and we've seen evolution take place with the Hulk a little bit, like through Thor Ragnarok, and like the longer that Banner is the Hulk, the more mature the Hulk gets. And at times with Banner talking about changing into the Hulk and not turning back, like this could be the full flourishment of that evolution. And I believe the complete answer to that lies within the Quantum Realm. And for this video, I mainly just wanted to mention it. I can go back into it, go a lot deeper if you guys are interested. And if you guys do, just let me know down in the comments or just hit the like button. But I really just wanted to bring it up and just stir up that conversation. Because honestly, I feel like Prince Wayfinder he won't be necessarily a character in the MCU, but more likely he'll be referred to when they start digging into the history of Captain Marvel, tying all the way back to the quantum bands and the history of the Microverse, and connecting dots and really giving us a movie version of the connection between her and the Enigma Force. But that'll do it for this one, guys. Just wanted to throw out there that Rocket does know a guy. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, and we'll do it again on the next one. Alright, later.